Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, hey, I need you to have that same energy with at least 4 to 5 more people. We gotta get Stephanie, we gotta get Amber, we gotta get Kathy, we gotta get Kelly, we gotta get Lynn Dunn. Hey, I need you to keep that same energy. Don't listen to these haters. What are we talking about? She yelled at the ref. She didn't crash out. She didn't go psychotic. She didn't look deranged. She yelled at a referee, bro. Like, are we sports fans or what? What are we talking about? And of course, ESPN. They all go. Did I love it? Did I like it? Did I love it? No, I don't. I don't love it because I know what the narrative is going to be. I know how it looks on TV, but I don't care. It's sports, bro. Like, what are we talking about? Did we not see Cheryl Reeve last year having to be held back by 4 or 5 people? Did we not see Tyler Marsh? Have y'all ever seen Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Draymond Green? Matter of fact, roll the tape. Roll the tape. We'll be back. Roll it. Roll the tape. Bruh, like, we gotta stop, bruh. There's nothing else to say about this. She yelled at the referee. Like I said, did I love it? No, but I don't hate it. I would too. This woman is carrying the whole league who hates her, who doesn't like her. And that's not saying everybody in the league, but we know what's been going on, man. There's nothing more to say about that. She yelled at the ref. Caitlin Clark is that's frustration probably from the last 3 years. That's just frustration coming out the court, coming out on the court. That's it. She never says nothing off the court, so she got to get it out somehow. Let's move on to the real conversation. This team is trash. This team is trash. This team is trash. The roster build is trash. The strategy is trash. And yes, Caitlin Clark didn't play good. She went 4 for 14. Caitlin Clark, you need to start making some of these shots. But the overall team, the roster put together is not good. This team in trouble because this is gonna be the same team that comes back next year. Monique Billings, nobody, you can't trade Monique Billings. You can't trade Lexi Hall the way she's playing. Sophie Cunningham is on a 1 year deal and has made more money. She has made more money, and you can't afford Sophie Cunningham. And I doubt she take a pay cut. She felt like she felt like she took one this year. This team is in trouble. This team is in trouble. Stephanie White, I don't know what you're doing. Last game, the game before this one, we said y'all said the limit restrictions were done. Come back this game, they're back. Like, I don't know. I don't know. The Valkyries are just a better team at the end of the day. They are. The Valkyries are a better team. They're well coached. They got young, athletic players. Their whole team is athletic, tall, um, fast. They're strong. They're just a better team. They're just a better team. The Indiana Fever is slow. They're weak. They're not tough. They're old. Like, it's crazy, man. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. This team, they're surviving off their talent, right? They got it. Matter of fact, having 3 All-Star starters is an indictment on Stephanie White. This team is sitting at 14-10. Yes, they had a good win against the Aces. They're gonna get a couple of those throughout the year. They're gonna beat on the teams that they're supposed to beat on. They will get a couple wins that they probably don't supposed to get. But this team is not good. This team's not a championship team. It's a lot of issues with this team. You know what I noticed? Let me know in the comments if you notice this. This team is confused, and maybe I'm reading too much into this. But when the Valkyries got that, what was it? I think it was a defensive 3 seconds. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but it looked like Caitlin and Mitchell started to walk towards the free throw line, and Mitchell ended up taking the free throw. I'd never seen that before. Normally, Caitlin Clark is the ones who take the technical free throws. This time, Mitchell walked straight to the line. I don't think there's beef. I think they love each other, but that's just the dynamic. I never seen that. It looks like this team doesn't know who they are. They don't know the offense they need to run. They don't know who's in charge when Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark is on the floor. At different times throughout the game, Aaliyah Boston looked like she's starting to do her own thing. Man, I don't know. It's not really much to say. It's not really much to take. It's not really much to say. This team is just not good. This team is just not good. The contracts on this team is horrible. It's sad, man. Let's get into a little bit of what Stephanie White had to say at the post-game press conference.
Just, Steph, you talked a lot about consistency after the game against Las Vegas, and it just seems like you didn't have that consistency tonight. What do you as coaching staff and players need to do to become that consistency?
Yeah, I mean, I thought our energy was not great to start, and for whatever reason. And it's hard when you dig your.
Yo, I'm so sick of her talking about energy. I promise you, I haven't watched this press conference, but I guarantee some of this. She gonna talk about energy. She gonna talk about discipline. I'm pretty sure she gonna say something about turnovers. Like she says the same thing over and over. It's like, gosh, dog, Stephanie. like, what are we doing, bro? Like, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. She's not. I promise you, she's not gonna take no accountability of being outcoached.
A whole against a really solid defensive team because they don't give you extra possessions very often and they make it really hard on you. And we dug ourselves a hole and then we started to claw back and then we dug ourselves another hole and started to claw back. I mean, some of it's, again, discipline, positioning, rotations. Some of it, the turnovers kill you.
Rotations. Yes, it's rotations. What's up with the girl and her limited minutes? Like, what are we doing? And I'm pretty sure she's not going to play in the back-to-back.
When you're trying to mount a comeback and when you're trying to give yourself an opportunity again against a team that doesn't typically give you those possessions back. So it was a collection of things. I felt like they were the tougher team tonight. I felt like they hit first often, and we couldn't consistently recover.
You mentioned turnovers, and they are obviously a really good defensive team, but this is your lowest scoring game of the season. What do you attribute that to, whether it's something they did or something you guys did not do?
Yeah, I mean, one, they're really good defensively. They force you to do some tough things. I think our turnovers, we miss some shots we typically make early, and it puts a lot of pressure on your defense to be perfect when you struggle from the floor and, when you give them easy opportunities in transition. I thought there were times where we did some really good things, and then there were times where we didn't, and that's building that consistency. I mean,
this team is I don't think I ever seen two really good to great backcourt players that weren't either one of them wasn't good at defense. So if you were going to build this team around around Caitlin, Kelsey, and Aaliyah, you had to go out and get some dogs on defense and size and athleticism. Like, your backcourt is always going to be put at a disadvantage. Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark are not the greatest defenders. And quite frankly, Kelsey Mitchell, at least statistically, is a worse defender than Caitlin Clark. Aaliyah Boston is not a rim protector. She can get in the way. She's a big body. But this team, man, they are old, they are slow. They can't shoot outside of Sophie. Lexi Hall, I like Lexi Hall, but she's lowering her stock. She's lucky she got 2 years on that contract for $800. Monique Billings was a career backup. Somehow she got $1.6 million.
Shot 52% from the floor. Didn't feel like we were as disruptive as we needed to be. And again, they do a really good job of spacing the floor, and they make it tough.
So you talking to the official after that play, Caitlin got kneed in the quad and hopped off for a sec. Did they give you an explanation for the no call there and how she do it?
No, they said Caitlin initiated the contact.
That's all they said?
That's all they said. She seems to always be initiating the contact.
Steph in that third quarter, Caitlin Chen got.
Hey, that was Stephanie White's attempt to take over Caitlin. That's what we just seen right there. She don't care.
Allowed her to kind of go.
Yeah,
she don't care.
Our ball screen coverage in the middle wasn't good. Trying to make a couple of adjustments, in the moment on the fly. There just wasn't enough, I feel like, urgency. She's been playing really well the last, 6 or 7 games. And, I thought her ability to get downhill, her ability to keep us off balance, and then making the right play and the right read.
Yo, this woman don't run no traps. She don't run no doubles. She don't run no zones. Like her defensive specialty is one-on-one switching everything. Like she doesn't do nothing, bro. I just can't. I just can't with this woman. Stephanie White, shout out to you. I don't know you, but you gotta go, bro. Like all y'all gotta go.
Coming off the long road trip, how much do you think fatigue kind of factored in there with the way that you finished out the third?
Yeah, I mean, it probably, but yeah, we don't have time for that. You know, if this has got to be no excuses, like standard over feelings. Like everybody in this league goes through this. You know, this is not. It's not something that we're going to be immune to, and everybody else isn't. I just think we've got to. Our mentality to start the ball game needed to be better, and when you spend all of that energy, you know, trying to come back at multiple points in the game, it becomes a hard road, you know, at times. And so, you know, we can't give in to those excuses.
Yeah, you mentioned Caitlin always seems to initiate the contact. Just what did you see in the officiating overall tonight, or just in general?
Chloe, I'm trying to not get fined. Again, all I'll say is that we just keep asking.
Stephanie White, your problem is you probably need to get fined. You need to flip over tables. Caitlin Clark doesn't feel like you have her back. And honestly, from outside looking in, it looks like you don't. You worried about getting fined? Aren't your fines like $25, $50, $100? Like your fines ain't that much. You can afford it. And I ain't trying to tell you what to do with your money, but hey, as a coach, sometimes you might need to go off. Flip that table over. Yo, Stephanie White, man. It's right in her eye. She is not. Forget all the other stuff. Forget the drama. I don't want to talk about the drama in this video. She cannot coach, at least Caitlin Clark. She's not the coach for Caitlin Clark. And it feels like there's a divide in this team. It does. It feels that way. That's my opinion. It feels that way. I know they forget all the lovey-dovey videos they make for social media. What on the court, it's always something. Let me tell you something. Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White, either they are completely lying and just doing this stuff off the court just for PR, or they have one of the most toxic coach-player relationships I have ever seen. Every game is something between them. We see Caitlin Clark ignore Stephanie White all the time, roll her eyes at Stephanie White all the time, look confused all the time. Where is the ownership with this team? Where is it? The GM got to go. Linda, y'all got to. This team is not. Let's get to it. Let's look. All right, Indiana got beat 88-75, and honestly, they got beat by 13, but it felt like 33. Let's be honest. Monique Billings, 26 minutes, 4 points, 1 for 5, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, -11. Aaliyah Boston got into early foul trouble. I feel like one of them fouls, Stephanie White should have challenged. She didn't. She had 15 points, 6 for 11. Excuse me. I mean, Aaliyah Boston didn't have a bad game. She didn't. When I was watching the game, did it feel like she was impacted the game? No, but that's because she played on 25 minutes. She played on 25 minutes. She was in foul trouble. Kelsey Mitchell, 35 minutes. 35 minutes is crazy. 35 minutes, 20 points, 7 for 16, 3 for 5 for 3-point, 3 for 3. Listen, Kelsey Mitchell is a good player. I'm not going to sit up here and fake. Kelsey Mitchell is a dog. But her and Caitlin Clark haven't played well together in I don't know how long. And that's Stephanie White's fault, bro. Stephanie White, if you want Kelsey Mitchell to be the one on this team, trade Caitlin Clark. She's your only trade value piece anyway. You can't trade nobody else. Trade her. Just get rid of her. You have coached them not to play well together by your system, by your strategies, by your scheme. Lexi Hall, 22 minutes. Lexi Hall value has just dropped in this league, tanked. She can't hit a shot to save her life. And I honestly don't even feel her impact on defense no more. Caitlin Clark, 26 minutes, 13 points, 4 for 14. She played the whole fourth quarter. I mean, 1 for 8. Caitlin Clark, she has to start hitting her shots. I get it. All her shots are contested. But at the end of the day, you shooting them, you need to find a way to have them go in. 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block. Not a good game by Caitlin Clark, but I don't even care about that, honestly. Like, this team has way more issues than Caitlin Clark shooting. Caitlin Clark, like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't care. Yell at the ref. I think you need to yell at Stephanie, yell at Lynn. I want you to keep that same energy with about 5 more people. This is sports. Like, what are we? Everybody crying on the internet. This is sports. I've been watching sports my whole life. Y'all gotta stop it. Y'all gotta stop it. Timpson, 19 minutes, 6 points, 5 rebounds. If Timpson can create somewhat of a shot, and I pretty much doubt the Indiana Fever are trying to develop her to have like a floater or a mid range. Timpson would be a dog. She's a dog now, but if she could just improve her offensive game, watch out. Sophie Cunningham, 27 minutes, 10 points. Sophie played good. She's our best player off the bench. Ty Harris, 19 minutes, 5 points. Whatever, man. Whatever. I don't know. This team is not good. And this team this is gonna be our team next year. Outside the players on a 1-year contract, Monique gonna be here. Aaliyah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna do whatever they can to re-sign Kelsey. Lexi Hall's gonna be here. Caitlin Clark, I'm assuming. I even though I want them to trade her, I don't envision them doing it. Stephanie White has to go, bro. Stephanie White has to go. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm Jay Williams. This is the Sports Collective. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I greatly appreciate it. Peace.